Good morning. How are you guys? Hey, Tilo, iconic. Good morning. Good morning. I think it's morning. Yeah, it's still morning where I am. How you guys doing this morning? Iconic and Tilo. Hey, Luis. Luis, how are you? What's going on? Good morning. Just coming by. Uh, just coming by to see what's up, what's going on. Not a lot happening on this side, getting ready and prepared for the upcoming year and just doing a lot of things. But just wanted to say good morning to you all. Thinking about you. I hope Monday, beginning of the week, Monday grind. Yeah. Um, Funny things I've been reading, and I'm not sure if you guys had heard anything. Um, I'm hop right into it. Uh, I was just kind of scoping through the news, and Tuskegee had changes. I wonder if this is going to be the start of something, which I do think it should. And speaking to my niece this weekend as well, couple of places I've heard, Tuskegee has changed their dress code. Students are no longer can wear bedroom slippers, pajamas, bonnets, or anything, and they have to have meet the clothing for, I guess, decent. I don't understand why you got to tell people how to dress when you go certain places. Well, Tuskegee College has now stated that they can no longer wear bonnets, uh, bedroom slippers, pajamas, and clothes that are revealing to classes anymore. It is about time. I'm glad to see that happening. And the effort is to prepare, these young people for the workforce. You're not going to be able to go in nobody's job with pajamas on unless it's, something for a function, an event, and bedroom slippers and bonnets. Certain jobs, if you're going to college, why waste your time in going to, you're not going to go to work in a bonnet and pajamas, and you have to also know how to dress, right? Particular. So they changed it. Also, my niece went to the Hyatt this weekend in Georgia. And they now have, and I'm thinking Hyatt and Baby Hilton does too, have now changed it where you no longer can come downstairs in pajamas, bedroom slippers, bare feet, and pool clothing. You can't come out of the pool now wrapped in a towel and come sit down and eat at the hotel in the in the dining area, which is about time. No bonnets, no pajamas, no gowns, no robes. Can't be free. No slippers, no bedroom slippers, um, and no revealing. I'm so tired. Only got 3 hours of sleep today. It's my big brother's birthday. He's 31 now. I stayed up late making his cake. Okay, happy birthday to your brother. Iconic. Get some rest. I hope you get able to get some rest. I'm thinking about some fried catfish. Oh yeah, my brother. Yeah, my brother had tied for um, first place. That's the last news I got when I posted. And then I got some news from his wife this morning that they had to go or do it 2 times in order to get a winner. And I don't know. And my brother did now came in second. I need to update it because after 2 attempts to break the tie, my brother did come in second. He had tied for first, but after 2 attempts, he did come in second, which is still honorable. It's still notable. Second place, top two for catfish. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat top two for catfish. So, and I know he has some great catfish. I know when I went to his restaurant lounge. He has some good catfish, good chicken. He can cook. He can cook now. So he has some great catfish. His food is good. I can just say that. So he's top two. They broke the tie, and he came in top two. So yeah, but yeah. So what do you guys think about these changes? Can't rest. I'm working. Okay, congratulations. Okay, thank you, Tilo. All right, but hopefully you'll get some rest soon, Iconic. Um, but yeah, top two is not bad. So, what do you guys think about the changes coming to these hotels? I know a lot of people probably feeling different, but I'm glad. I'm hoping, and I'm glad to see the changes coming. I hope it goes through the school systems. I hope it goes through the entire, just every place, because I just think it's so inappropriate for people to wear, uh, you know, bedroom clothing. I mean, you're not in your home. I just think it's so inappropriate for people to wear bedroom clothing to anywhere outside of your bedroom or home. I mean, it's just inappropriate. I just can't get down with it. Um, so I'm glad some couple hotels and the college maybe it's a go through and make changes. Because I think next thing I don't know. Um, but yeah, I'm glad those changes are coming. Um, I think changes are going in the right direction. That makes me not want to eat in the dining room. Yeah, you don't want to eat in the dining room and somebody's just jumping out of bed with their pajamas on. You're not in your own home. This is public, right? I made this cry. Y'all heard me talk many times about this. You're not in your own home. You're getting up out of your bed. You're coming downstairs in your pajamas and are you leaving the pool bare feet with a towel wrapped around you? Uh, and most of these hotels don't have an area where you can shower. Right outside of the outside. You go back up into your room and change, right? So that means you're coming out of the public pool, coming into the dining area. You're getting out of the public pool and coming into in the dining area to eat. That is gross. And your bare feet. You don't even have slippers on. Some people come in with they come in with their slides. I've seen that, but that's still inappropriate, right? And they come, hey Gamma, how are you? So they come in, but some people walk right into the pool bare feet and with a towel wrapped around them, and it's like no. Or the boys come in with just their trunks on. The girls will have a towel wrap, and then sometimes they'll have the towel wrap around their lower end and just their chest out, the bikini on, top on, or pajama top, well, not pajama, or they'll have either the towel wrapped around their lower end and still, it's still inappropriate. So I'm so glad to see these changes coming, and it's sad that people have to make these changes. Um, but I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it happening, and I hope it goes completely around the entire uh, public places. Again, I told you all that they're even getting stricter to the point where most of these restaurants and stuff are even banning odors. You can't walk into certain restaurants having certain smells. They even got a smell enforcement now. And that's something they even got smell enforcement, meaning that if you have a certain odor, quote unquote, they're looking for that marijuana smell, that you are not, or even if you just completely just, I guess, drowned in something that is offensive other than marijuana. Maybe your perfume or cologne could be extremely loud and maybe offensive to the nose. I don't know. But I know particularly they're trying to, uh, without being, I guess, un- I think you should be able to. Yeah, they're saying that the only thing they're attacking is people coming into their restaurant smelling like weed, offensive weed smell, and so they now put that into their as well as the dress code as well. You can't come in with your pants sagging off your butt. You can't come in with slides on or you know inappropriate clothing. You can't come in like revealing parts of your body or half naked. What you think you could. These restaurants are now stepping up on that as well. I don't really well, what I don't really care what people wear. If they want to go to breakfast in PJs, no. I understand what you're saying, but I disagree with that. You're not at home. PJs going to breakfast in a public place, um, in your pajamas. I think it's offensive. I think it's rude. I understand how you feel, Conic. I just disagree. I think it's rude. I think it's not hygienic. I don't think it's. Um, I think you have to take consideration. You're dealing with food around the public. I know it's your opinion. I understand that. That's what I'm saying. I disagree. Even if you have an opinion, I can disagree with it. Correct? I just disagree. I know it's your opinion. I disagree with the. Um, I just disagree with it. I mean, you have an opinion, and that's true. I disagree. I have an opinion as well. Um, I think it's just. Um, I think it's rude. Not sure how I feel about the same. I'm not sure how I feel about the smell one. The smell one, I think, once you worked in, for me, Tilo, I think once people start entering the, like, working and driving Uber, I think it becomes more offensive when, if you ever got in a car with somebody or and somebody gets in your car and they know they have to go somewhere and they don't care that they're called an Uber. And I'm looking at from the stats probably of the hotel and the restaurant. You get in my car, you're smelling weed to the point that if somebody else get in my car, they could assume that I'm smoking, or they may not want to get in my car. Although you may be clean, it's perception of how the dining room would look. Yeah, how the dining room would take, how the dining room would look. Yeah, yeah, I got you. It's totally fine to disagree. Most definitely iconic. Um, yeah, it's just like people just go too far. It wasn't when people just go too far. That's it. You give somebody an inch, and the bonnet. Okay, you go with the bonnet. People cover their hair. Okay, even though I don't like bonnet, my daughter does it. She wears bonnet in public, and I don't agree with it. Right? Okay, you came downstairs with the bonnet. Okay, probably started with the bonnet. Okay, somebody said, okay, we can wear the bonnet downstairs. Somebody took an inch, you gave them an inch, somebody took the whole dang on yardstick. And now we downstairs in full pajamas, robes, and slippers. Okay? Could go with the bonnet. I could even go with some people having the slides on. You know, because people wear sandals. I can go with the slides. I could probably even go with the not the bonnet in a restful restaurant now. And my daughter tried that on me as well, wearing a bonnet to the restaurant. I'm like, you're not going in a restaurant with me with bonnet. You're not going in the restaurant with me with pajama pants. No, because my daughter tried me. She's one of them people. I'm not gonna lie. You know, you can't go with me with a bonnet and you're on your head. We're going to sit down and eat. No. So we would have disagreements. You're not going out with me with a bonnet on your head. And you're not going to sit down in a restaurant with a bonnet on your head with me. And you're definitely not going out with you would have it because you're not traveling with me with pajama pants on and a bonnet to go out and eat. So, but she's young. That's what they do. I just don't go for it. I don't know if the pajama person is clean. The smell of my MJ could be medical purposes, or what if they're or what if it's a bad body odor? Yeah, I guess if it's medical purpose, then maybe smoke it before you take it, and then make sure that it's something that you could do to remove the smell. I'm not sure if you could spray something, maybe take it and later go down. My mom would agree with you, Justice. Yeah, yeah, because you guys are younger than me, so I'm my grandmama now. I'm my mama now, y'all. So y'all, I sound just like them. Oh my God, I'm my parents. I'm my grandparent. I'm my grandparents and my parents now. So yeah, I sound just like them. Yes, that's true about Uber driving being accused of the smoke smell that could cause them to lose their job. Yes, Gamma, because I've had people get in my car reeking of it, and and it's offensive to me. And I mean, literally, I'm like, I'm gonna get a contact from the smell. And then when you get in my car and you're eating, and the food is, you're trying to eat in my car as well. And then you may be eating something that is just, you're not eating a cookie or a candy bar. You're trying to eat a full meal, uh, something that is strong order that's going to be left in my car. I'm working. Be mindful that this is a car that's not only transporting you, right? This is a car that's not only I have to pick up people after you, and then you're not, they're not thinking, because they're the customer. They're thinking, I'm paying for this ride. I can get in this car. No, you can't get in my car with your food. I can understand if you're feeding the baby a bottle, or maybe you got to give the kids something. You give the kid a cookie or something. Okay, but for you to get in my car with a full-fledged plate of food that you're leaving going to work, no. Mm-mm. So, oh yes, Tila. What if if it's medical, Gamma? I still think you have to be considerate. Okay, I'm taking miracle marijuana. I'm going to go out to dinner. I need to probably take it. Go out to, well, work around the time you're going out to dinner. Work around the time you're going out to dinner. Um, you still have to take. You know, I wouldn't want to go out smelling like weed. Even if I have to take it medical, I don't want to go out smelling like weed. Look, I just don't. I've been I've been trapped in a car with my dad smoking pot. I couldn't breathe. Said iconic. Oh my God. Then what about cigarettes? That smell as well. You can't get in my car smoking cigarettes. I don't want the smell in my car. I was a smoker. I now know what it smells. And no, on it. I don't think smoking is not allowed in the car anyway. But I don't. When people smoke, I don't smell the smoke as strong as I've smelled some of these offensive weed smell. I can't stand it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Cigarettes are the worst smell to me. It's just personal when it comes to smell. Is it? I think so. Maybe you can smell cigarettes stronger than some other people. Like if somebody's smoking a cigarette, I can't smell it as strong as I can smell the expensive skunk weed smell of weed. If somebody just smoked a cigarette and got in my car, I probably wouldn't smell it. But I could smell that nasty weed. I could smell that nasty weed. Now, if somebody is smoking in front of me, that's different. I can probably smell it. But more offensive to me is the weed smell. The weed smell is more offensive to me. And in my car, and certain foods in my car are offensive. Um, I've had, what is that smell? I cannot stand the smell of curry or spice. Those curry spices, over spice. With somebody, that smell. And I know people cook with it. I know people use it. But if you ever got in an Uber with the curry smell, and it's strong, 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 strong. Strong to the point you have to down your window. Now that's a smell as well. I think it's curry and other things that may be cooking with it, or I'm not sure how it's done, but that's a strong smell that is also I have to down my window with. And but I understand, that thing. Well, yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, that's a body odor, strong, strong. When that also, but the hotels and stuff, the restaurants are picking up on that. I think they're aiming at. I think the restaurants are actually aiming more at the weed. I've never smoked a cigar, but I don't mind the smell. Most people don't like it. Now, for some reason, the cigar smell it's nostalgia to me because of my uncle. I can. This is crazy, y'all. Certain, I like the smell of a good cigar. Okay, I think that would be a little bit unfair. I do like the smell of a good cigar because it's nostalgia to me because my uncle used to smoke it and he always had a good cigar and it reminds me of my uncle. So yeah, I like cigars. I like the smell of garlic, Karen. Garlic, cooking garlic, and the Trinity. I love the smell of garlic cooking. Yeah, I love the smell of garlic when it's cooking and I'm using it. Uh, but for now, garlic can be offensive. But I like it. Some religious or group don't believe in deodorant, and that can be so strong and offensive. Most definitely, Tila been in that situation as well. And guess what? Even through college, even through workplaces, even through restaurants and driving Uber, been in that situation because of the culture and the belief of not using, and you have to just deal with that. And you have to just kind of like, I don't know, because I understand that is part of the culture, but how you deal with that, because I've had to deal with that in my Uber as well, and I just politely down the window because I understand. I'm not. I understand. That's kind of funny, right? Because I've dealt with that driving Uber. I wish Beautifully Healed was on the act, how she deals with it, because I've had to deal with that. And that point, I down the window. I have to down the window, because I'm not African. My experience working in social gathering, Africans, the I don't want to name a particular culture, not being offensive. Pakistani and Indian culture, uh, and not being offensive. That's just the belief, right? The Middle Eastern culture, right? And that again, part of Africa, right? As part, I mean, was in that region, I guess I would want to say, or somewhere near that. I'm not sure if I got that right, but yeah, the I down the window is why am I so? I guess what is it? Am I being indifferent? Am I? Marijuana is a choice. The culture is one thing. Yes, it's different, but it's here. But I can say I can down the window on that part. I'm not going to sit up and just um berate anybody. Tilo, that's my question. It seemed like that would be a part of the business as well. But how can restaurant handle that? I don't know because it is when you go into a restaurant. Now, how would the restaurant handle the order from the cultural people that have that culture of not using deodorant or having the spices like curry and stuff be a part of the order? Do How do they approach the situation? I lost my grandma to cigarettes, so I be near people smoking. It hurts too bad. So to so I be near people smoking. It hurts bad. I can understand that, iconic. I don't know how the restaurant would approach people that are coming in that from the culture. I don't know how they would. Can't. I got you. I got you, iconic. How do y'all think that restaurants that have the odor would handle outside? Because I know they definitely going to tackle the marijuana. I know they definitely going to tackle. They're going to talk to people about the marijuana. How would the restaurant approach people culturally that have certain smells due to their belief in their cooking style? How would a restaurant approach those people? Because again, if you're going to approach orders, just like me having a business and I can't stand the smell of marijuana, How do I handle those people that have the culturally based odor because of belief or because of the food spices they use? If I went to a restaurant and smelled someone, I would appreciate it, but I would think it's the responsibility of the restaurant. It's definitely responsibility of the restaurant. So how would a restaurant approach that? And how would you approach it if you're in the restaurant? Question: if you're in the restaurant and somebody sits next to you with an extremely offensive smell, do you ask to be moved? I would probably ask the I would me personally, I would ask the waitress to reseat me. I wouldn't make a big deal. I would just say, can you? I'm not going to, especially. I would just ask them to reseat me and look at who I'm dealing with to try to explain. Because sometimes some people you can't explain. I would explain it to a manager or something like that. But you got to look at, for me personally, I would ask to be reseated. I would ask to be sit somewhere else. If the restaurant doesn't do anything, I would my personally be. Because if the smell is so offensive that I can't enjoy my meal, I'm not going to be uh I'm just gonna ask them, can they please seat me someplace else? And how would you guys handle it if you're in a restaurant and somebody with an extreme offensive odor sitting next to you, be it from whatever reason, marijuana smells that are coming from their belief system or eating certain foods? Because sometimes, you know, what would you do? How would you handle it? What would you do? Do you just sit there, or you leave the restaurant, or you ask to be reseated? Or do you make a big scene and go, they're smelling over here, they need to leave? What do you do? Think about it. How would you handle the situation? I don't know how I would deal with it. I would ignore the smell. You would ignore the smell. I know I'm in a public place. I definitely would have done it before. Yes, I definitely would have done it before. You would have expect to smell certain space spices when you go to certain types of, yeah. Now that's correct, Karen. If I go to an Indian restaurant, I'm not gonna complain. If I go to certain restaurants that I know that the smells are going to be intense, I'm not going to complain. I put myself in that particular restaurant. So I'm not going to complain if I go to the restaurant where the spices are intense and certain spices are used. I'm not going to go in that restaurant and complain, because that's where I put myself, and that's what the expectation would it be. I can't go to a restaurant. Okay, I can't go to a restaurant that has the food, has the spices, it has the culture, and it's part of the culture. I can't. I am have to stay there. Weed or cigarette don't bother me. I grew up around, but smells like body odor ish. I'm asking to be moved. I'm asking to be moved as well. Weed, body odor. I'm going to ask to be moved. If it gets to a point where I can't, if it's a restaurant where I don't expect to smell these smells, I'm going to ask to be moved. Um, I went to the director about someone with a strong body odor, and they were sent to another job. It was bad. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I wonder how jobs handle that situation, because again, I've heard people complain because of cultural base. Some people don't believe in deodorant, and I wonder. I don't think I've had a job had to even deal with it before. I don't think. I don't know. I would ask to be reseated. Me too. Let's say Gamma says hello. Hey, grateful too. I know I would deal with it. I would ignore the smell. I know I'm in a public place, says Gamma. Yes, definitely would have to be done. Would have done it before, says Liza. You could have to expect to smell certain spices, most definitely. I can be offended, but I can't do anything about it, Karen. I guess the smell can be offensive, but if I'm going to the restaurant to eat, I should know that smell would be there, be it by the people or by the food. I put myself in that place, so I can't be mad. If I know it's a person, I would ask to be moved. Like the guy who worked with me, says Karen Martin. Yes, working in retail, if a coworker smelled, they would be asked to go home. Wow. I would complain no matter how bad it is. I won't complain no matter how, because I've been in this situation. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Everybody approach it differently. Some people just feel like, I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna deal with it, and that's nothing wrong with it. If you're able to deal with it and you can handle it, you know, that's a personal choice as well, and I understand that part as well. Some people can do that. Uh, I just think that it's how you handle it if you're going to handle it. Uh, I didn't handle it too well in my. I had got so irritated, guys, in my car driving Uber. At that point, I just like, okay, this is getting stupid. This, and I did not do well in handling it when it was like 19 degrees below zero, maybe 20 degrees below zero, and I just kind of like not lost it. I just kind of like, I'm so tired of you guys getting in my car smelling like weed, like, and I down the window on the guy, and I mean, I put, not only did I crack my window, I dropped the back window, and I'm like, 20 degrees below zero. You got in my car. You're, I at this point in time, I was just like, um, so I put the window down on him, and it was like, I know it was 20 below zero at that time. And I just put the window down and drove. I'm like, you're going to learn today. You're going to learn not to get in my car or anybody else's car smelling like that. I'm so sick of it. So I did that. I tried that. At Katie, I tried that. They ignored me. Hey, Katie. So I kind of feel like the smell is not my business. I could eat. I could eat if the smell body odor says I could eat if I smell body odor. If it's, you can't. If it's that bad, especially it's going to be. Hey y'all, back in the day, we spoke to our employee privately about their body odors, and I think if your body odor becomes offensive to the job where you are an employee or customers, somebody's going to have to approach you. Somebody will have to approach you. I think it's okay. It shouldn't have to be, but there are many cases where an co-worker or supervisor may have to approach somebody and let them know that, hey, you may not be aware of it. Pull them aside. It's a way to handle things. It's a way to handle things. You could pull somebody aside and say, listen, we're getting complaints, or, I'm not sure if you're aware. Because some people can probably have things going on and they don't know. I don't know. I tried that, caddy, and he ignored me. Wow. Iconic says, I feel their smell is not my business. I think it becomes my business, Iconic, when it starts to interfere with either my work, my food, or anything. Once the smell starts to interfere, because you can probably ignore certain smells, but once the smell starts to, for me personally, you can probably ignore certain things for a time period, for maybe something. But there's certain smells that I just feel you just can't ignore. I can't tolerate weed or cigarette smoke smell. No judgment. It just smells awful and nauseating to me. And so true. Some people can't. Some people. I smoked for years, y'all, and like I said, I did not know how bad that smell had been was until I stopped smoking, y'all. I smelled somebody's hand that smoked, and I'm like, oh my god, that smell, oh my god, that I did not know. And people would say, you don't know how it smells until you stop smoking. And I did not know how that thing made your clothes smell. It's just like my daughter, oh no, was my daughter worked at fast food. Y'all know how the smells people work around oil and grease smell. If you worked in fast food, and my daughter did work in fast food, and I told her, you will wash your uniform every day. Because one time she had a uniform, I'm like, that's oil, that's grease. Wash that uniform out. You get, I don't care how many, you're going to have to wash that shirt out, wash that uniform out. I did too, Justin. Now I can't stand cigarette smoke. Can't stand it, Karen. Can't smell. I hate it. I know a person who hadn't showered in 2 years. He's oblivious to the smell, and I'm not saying a thing. You good? Woo-wee. If they haven't showered in 2 years, I'm iconic. You're good. You're good. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't know what 2 years of not being washing and not showering smell like, but I wouldn't want to know. Mm-mm. I worked with a lady who heated her food every day. The director asked me to say something. I said, no, you do it. Now, let me tell you what I did one day, y'all. And I had to apologize to I had to apologize to the office that was across from the kitchen, the staff kitchen. I didn't know, but I should have known. I'm not gonna lie. You don't take seafood to work. You don't heat up seafood at work. You don't heat up seafood. And I took some shrimp to work. Matter of fact, it was a shrimp scampi dinner that I purchased frozen, y'all. So I didn't know how intense the smell would be. But you should know, a lot of now my job did have do not heat up fish in the kitchen. Do not put fish in the microwave. All right. Do not heat up seafood. They have it posted. Food, offensive food. Some people didn't even. You couldn't even pop popcorn. One job had it. You couldn't even pop popcorn in the kitchen microwave. So they have certain things that they will do. Is you couldn't use one job. One job had you couldn't do popcorn. The last job I worked at, I worked at the school, you couldn't do fish. Now, why did I think I could do scampi or some type of seafood like shrimp scampi or shrimp something I had? I put it in the microwave, and y'all, it offended me. It was so bad. I'm like, oh snap! I'm like, when it heated up, it just had the whole kitchen smelling. And there was an office right across from the. I had to apologize to her because that shrimp thing, it was offensive to me. So I know I had to apologize to her. Iconic, me or him would have to go, says Karen. No joke, exaggerated Karen. Seafood, yes. Yes, the smell of grease is awful. Of people that work around onions. The smell of grease in fast food, and I don't care, maybe any restaurant, I just smelt it in the fast food. And I'm like, oh my God, that is one of the worst smell. And if you, ooh, please, it's hard. Good morning, Jake. Chad, I'm driving and can't speak individual. Hey, Granny K Party Favors, how are you? We're talking about smells, and it all started with me talking about the changes that are coming to Tuskegee College. The dress code they've changed, which I think it is about time. And then the dress code, I know Hyde Hotel also put out a dress code for their uh, dining area now, which is about time. Nobody's in green anymore right now over the channel, over the YouTube channels right now. There's no green right now, so YouTube is doing something, but nobody's in green. I can see your badges, but nobody's in green now on the YouTube sector. Not the sector, but on YouTube, as I can see, nobody's in green. I thought maybe again, y'all remember the first time I ever got banned and nobody was in green, and I'm like, and nobody, I think you're banned. So I went and checked, I'm not banned, and then it's all over the sector, all over the internet, I guess. But yeah, so it started me talking about the changes coming to Tuskegee College, because the kids was going to school in their bonnets and their bedroom pajamas and their slippers, and probably not wear, maybe coming to school half naked. Everything hanging out, so nobody could concentrate with the whatever was going on. Tuskegee stepped up and made the dress code changes, and I think this should go around, and then Hyatt, hopefully Hilton will follow as well, change the dress code for the dining area. So members are brighter white. Okay, members are brighter white. I wonder if you remember your words are bigger according to what size member you are. Gamma, you bigger than everybody else. Are you a big member? Are you a longer? Because your member, you are. Some people are smaller in text, and then the members are bigger in text. Is that how they're doing it now? If you a member, you stand out. You stand out more than everybody else. Gavin says your member are green on my end, but when I look at it, I can see that your text is extremely big, and then text under that may be small. Are they doing it by text size? That means if you remember I got to read your text because it's bigger. Hey, Nell Furman. Yeah, it looks like those that are members, their texts are brighter and bolder. Yes, I can see that, Karen. You're gray. Gamma and Nell are white. Iconic, you're gray. Granny K, you're white. That's how they're doing it now. Granny K is white. Cameron is gray. If you're a computer, you see green apparently, but if you're on the phone, you see white. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gray. So Karen is gray. Yeah. So if you're a member, you're white, and if you're not a member, you're gray. Okay. Okay. Well, welcome in everybody. Wow, YouTube. Mine be green, then turn white, says Anel Furman. I see green on my phone. I don't see any green at all. I don't see any. Let me see. Let me check my tablet. Let me check on my tablet here. I only have a phone and I don't have my laptop is up front, so I'm not gonna check my laptop right now, but I'm gonna check my tablet. See if my tablet looks like it. But a tablet is almost like mobile anyway, right? The tablet, my Apple. I'm gonna check that. Let me see before. Come on, open up. Why are you doing that? Okay, open. My tablet don't want to open. Here it is. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. I'm gonna need a new tablet soon. Okay. Dismiss. Okay, let me find my live. Okay. I found it. And you guys are white on my tablet. So let me go back. White and gray on the tablet as well. So guys, I'm on a Samsung and I see green. I'm on a Samsung phone, it's white. My tablet's Apple and it's white. I don't see green at all. Um I don't see green at all. So yeah, let me turn this tablet off. I don't see green at all. So So it might be green on on the laptop, but it's not green on my tablet. Or when I enter my post, it's green but changes says Tilo. Okay, yeah. So changes are coming. I understand there's a lot of changes coming to, um, yes, caviar on phones and see green. Y'all on Apple, right? Hey, Willett Lee, how you doing? Wanted my name is Green, but my changes. I'm on a Samsung in white and gray. Yeah, I'm on a Samsung's white and gray as well. Apple's white and gray. Apple tablet is white and gray, and the phone Samsung is white and gray. So it might be regional. A lot of times YouTube do things and it's regional, right? So a lot of things can be regional as well, y'all. Because I've noticed YouTube sometimes make changes to different regions as well. And then other regions catch up later. So whatever they might be doing or trying to do could be regionally impacted as well. So sometimes, like I said, they'll be making changes in one region and then doing something in another region as well. A lot of changes coming to YouTube, has come to YouTube, especially when it comes to um, guidelines and stuff like that. They're getting tougher, copyrights and stuff like that. I had to go back and ran. Now, this is what I did, and I'm not sure if this even matters. I took my channel and I dropped it into Chat GPT and had them do an AI scan of my entire channel. They ran at least 9 videos to find out, and they came back with some grades. Okay, now I'm not sure if I can trust ChatGPT, but I did this. I took my channel name and I dropped it in, and I said run a scan and tell me if there's anything that I need to be paying attention to when it comes to the guidelines. And let me see what they came up with. And I'll tell you guys what they came up with. So I ran the scan, and so this is what Chat GPT. Now, can you trust Chat GPT with everything? I don't know. I just try different things to see. Um, I just tried different things with ChatGPT. A lot of people say ChatGPT cannot be trusted. I think, in my opinion, I've had some good things come through ChatGPT, but you also again gotta go back and research and refine because it is AI and AI can make mistakes, and they have a just no, I wouldn't use it a lot too. Yeah, I do use it, but again, you have to be mindful that it is, like Karen said, it can make mistake. It is AI, but it can give you some guidelines to start with. You know, it could give you some guidelines. It's not perfect. Nothing is perfect. Can somebody? I think somebody told me they want to sue ChatGPT. Who was I speaking to? Said somebody is trying to sue ChatGPT because of a medical question that they asked. And ChatGPT gave them a diagnosis and they went by it. And now I'm not sure if this is true, but this is a story I got, and I'm not sure who told it to me. Don't Somebody told me the story. Said that the person went and got a medical diagnosis on ChatGPT and paid and followed it, and now trying to sue the, I guess, whomever is behind ChatGPT. Okay, they're trying to sue. I say take it as a guide. Don't take it for. I mean, it's just like Googling things. You can Google, but go to several factors, fact check things. Like when I Google certain things, a lot of stuff come up on Facebook and YouTube and people, and I'm like, man, we fact checking. So yeah, use it as a guide, but not as a Bible. We gotta be careful because but I do, I'm not gonna lie, I do use it, but I got to be careful and understand what it is as well. Let me see if I can find it. Um, yeah, YouTube guidelines update. But they pretty much when I'm not sure. I told them to see physician like all sites do. I'm pretty sure. And like I said, I know Chat GPT had to tell them, like most, even Google, follow up with your position. Uh, they give a disclaimer. I know they're gonna give a disclaimer. So, like anything, I mean, come on now. So, so they rated my channel, and like I said, this is just a guide. This is not the Bible. This is not nothing that, but it gave me a guide as to what I need to pay attention to. YouTube wants the creator to you to add their own value, your own commentary, your own research, your own storytelling, your own opinions, your own editing and creativity. Bad example: uploading someone else's video, putting together clips with almost no changes, reading articles. These are things that they say YouTube is kind of watching now. Hundreds of nearly identical videos, AI voice reading, stories with almost no editing, AI generated slideshows with repetitive narration, content made only to get views without offering any news. Now, AI can help you do certain things, but they can't do the entire thing. You have to have some human input or involvement with it. Like my music, AI helped generate it, but I'm behind the writing of it. I'm the one that did a lot of the work behind it. I just didn't say AI do this. I did a lot of work with my music with AI help. So I had a lot of input with it. Um, I just didn't sit there and go, all my music with AI, with Sono, but with the writing of getting the music together, of setting things up, that was me, not all AI. So I take some credit for most of the stuff I did there on my music. Um, so AI said, this is what ChatGPT said. Um, I have to be careful with, what was it? I gotta be, I gotta see something where I got the low score at. They said be cautious about talking about certain cases, saying somebody is guilty before charges, repeating unverified social media claim, stating rumors or established facts. So when you're talking about crime, and I try not to do this. I always do a disclaimer allegation, but they say being that I do talk more about crime stories, make sure that I'm saying allegations, opinions, and things are not facts when they're not. That's true, Justin. On my channel, ChatGPT help a lot, but I don't do but I do the creation. It helps with my illustration. Yes. Uh, Gag. See y'all. Good. Got to go. See y'all later. Okay, Iconic. Thank you for stopping by. So yeah, I enjoyed using ChatGPT. I just have to make sure that, um, like put your input in. Do a lot of the work yourself, even if they're helping you. With illustration and putting things together. I do appreciate it, but I also got to know that you have to be the be the creator. Be at least 90% of what you're doing, right? 85, 90% of what you're doing, to have clear creative ownership of it. And so that's what I've been doing. But getting back to it, yeah. I'm on a cheap Motorola. I see gray and white, says Karen. They still make Motorola's? What is it, Motorola? They still make that? Hey, Willard Lee, welcome in. You guys hit the like button. Yeah, so the topic today was, it started out as dress codes, and then we got to smells, y'all. So, grounding things around, I just think that, you know, grounding things in a little bit, I just think that people, I mean, like, being sensitive and being tactful and letting people know, you know, if they are being offensive with either dress or um, smells. I just think being tactful. If you're in a restaurant and somebody has an offensive odor, extremely that it is offending you and your even you or your guests, and the odor is so strong, I think, from my opinion, it is okay to be reseated. I don't think you have to make a scene and point and make a scene and draw attentions. I just say ask to be if they can't reseat you, then I don't know what. Well, we don't have any other seats in the restaurant. What do we do at this point? Let's. Yes, I have two exactly like just different colors that I had my buy from T-Mobile before they will let me out of a contract. Wow. Yes, I use AI to make my images, but my story is from my book I wrote and I had all copyright to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. AI can assist with a lot of things, but when you're putting your book together or your lyrics and stuff together, you got full creative right and copyright as well. I'm glad Tuskegee is implementing dress codes. Everyone else needs to follow suit. That's what I said too, Caddy. I'm hoping this is going to be because I say it again. I understand everybody has the right to we have the freedom to wear what we want to wear. But when people go overboard and don't use good judgment, then it tends just people just tend to go crazy, and you give them a couple inches and they take the whole yardstick. So I think in order to get back control, and help these people youth understand that you're going to go out into this world, you can't go out like you're not prepared. If you're not knowing how to get up in the morning to get dressed, you go to if you for the next year, 4 years, you go to college. This is you're about to go. This is the transition from a child to an adult to a working adult. And if you keep coming to college dressed like you're going to not going to work in the morning, that there's no expectation for you to be able to get up, put proper clothing on, get washed, get dressed for work, how are you going to make that transition to the real world? If the 4 years of college you sit there and get to go to pajamas, you're not going to be ready to make that transition from even if you already in college and starting to go to work. How do you make that transition? If you think it's okay to go sit in a college classroom, you're going to try to think it's okay to do the same thing, right? When you go to work. Some people can't make that transition. Yes, people have freedom to wear what they choose, but as an establishment post their dress code, you have to abide or you're not allowed. And I see y'all, some of these, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see this base also be this stuff happening based on the current climate that we're in, right? We're in a climate where um, the let's see, let me get if I can word it right. We're in a climate change in regards to rights, freedom, private property, private establishment. This is my business. I'm gonna allow. We're seeing that shift again, right? We're gonna see that shift, and it's becoming louder. Understand what I'm saying? There is a shift based on the climate. People now stating that this is my business. I don't have to let you in at all. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Y'all get where I'm going with this? Because of the current climate, there is a shift where people are now stating, I don't have to let you in based on because it's my business. I was watching Peak 100, and he's a foodie and he's a reviewer. He went to a restaurant in New York. He was doing a restaurant. He walks in. He sees everybody else walking in, and he looked at the website, and it didn't say you have to make reservation. Well, he and his friend Bean is also a content creator. They walk into the restaurant. They figure, hey, we can just go in. The guy at the y'all can't come in. Y'all don't have reservations. And they said, well, we didn't know we have to make it. We don't have any seating. We don't have any restaurants. Now, if you go to the website, it clearly states that you can't come. Seating is it is a great chance. It recommends you make reservation after a certain time. It does recommend that you make reservations after a certain time. If you come in early, you can get seated as a walk-in. But after a certain time, you may want to make reservation. It doesn't stamp it out, but reading through, you see that they suggest reservations. But it's nothing clearly says this restaurant requires reservations, right? It does not state this restaurant requires reservations. So the guy that was talking to them seemed like he was pretty stiff. Um, they attempted to go outside, I guess, and try to make reservations over the phone. Um, I went and read it, and it clearly states we allow who we want to allow in this restaurant. We is our discretion, based on anything, based on clothing. It is their discretion who they allow in the restaurant at this time. It is up to the owner. And didn't only say dress code. It says this owner, this restaurant and owner determines who gets to eat in this restaurant. What do y'all think? Anybody catch up? Good afternoon, Mother Door. What happened to us? Dress code common knowledge when I came up. What happened to us? I don't know. Dress codes were, I be, like I said, I'm my parent now. I'm my grandparent. I am now thinking like them. Uh, hey, Angel Mom, how are you? So, what do y'all think? The restaurant clearly states that there's no clear written rule stating you must make reservations. It suggests you make one, but it now clearly states we don't have to serve you at all based on our discretion. We don't have to serve you. But all starts in high school. They let them dress in PJs, bonnets, and house shoes. I was surprised when my granddaughter told me. However, they can't wear short shorts. Coming up, we had school clothes, church clothes, and home clothes. Says, but we did too, Mother Door. We changed when we got home from school. So chat, listening while working. Hey, APT, girl, you gonna be every now until I get it in my head. Because when I look at it, I have to go. All praises to the Most High for me. Mother Dora, welcome in. I think I saw Angel Mom. But yeah, it started there because like right now, I've seen some of the clothing and it's not only pajamas, guys, it's borderline like how'd you leave the house and your parents didn't see you. Okay? I think the words, however, can be misinterpreted. Thank you, Karen Martin. It can be misinterpreted. It clearly states outside of the reservations, I get the discretion to decide who eats here. Now, if you look at it, they can do it. If I don't want you in my restaurant, you can't say, well, I'm not letting you in because of your race. I'm not letting you in because of your religion. But then again, it could be misinterpreted to mean that they can use that as they can use that. They don't have to let you in their restaurant at all. And at all. And they clearly stated, outside of reservations, we don't have to let you in. We have in the dress code now. Now I did look at the dress code, and they did. If you go look at the dress code at this restaurant, they were not dressed. They did not fit the dress code. Okay, the dress code was very casual, very. When I say casual, it wasn't casual like t-shirts. It was like I got to go back. It wasn't t-shirt. It was you saw everybody going in the restaurant. They were really dressed really nice. Okay. Now they were not dressed based on the dress code that I saw. They were not dressed. Kids be slick, they with clothes and backpack or some bags. Yeah, cause I'm like, why they leaving the house? How these kids leaving the house dressed like this? Oh, I never thought about that. This is new rules could be bad. Liza Cooper, that's what I'm saying. I want y'all to go read this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all the name of the restaurant. It is on Bedford 38, Bedford 37, 38, or 39. It's on Bedford. If y'all want to go read it for yourself, and we can come back and talk about it and see if y'all get what I'm getting. I think it's Bedford 38 or Bedford 39. It's in New York, and it's called Bedford, and I believe it's Bedford. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. Hold up. I'll pull it up right quick, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna try to find this restaurant, and y'all tell me what you. Hey, Angel Mom, what's going on? Y'all tell me what you guys think. Uh, uh. Delete. And like I said, I could be reading, because the way the world is going today in the climate, and the changes that have come in the world today, because of the recent changes in laws and stuff, I question certain things, and we might start to see certain things. Don't be surprised. Like I said, we going back to the big. What do you call? What they say? We're going back. Let's see. Bedford. I'm trying to find this restaurant dress code. Bedford. Let me get my glasses on. Hold up. Y'all stand tall for a minute. Let me grab my glasses. Okay. Bedford Restaurant, New York. Bedford Restaurant. Restaurant. 39, New York. It's called a Bedford. It's called a Bedford. And it's at, let's see. No, that's 110. I think that's the Bedford on 39. No. Okay, let me see the Bedford. Y'all know what I'm here. Let's see. Because they any restaurant option, they should only insist if the restaurant is crowded. Oh, I invite have spelled it. I might have spelled it wrong. Okay, hold up, y'all. Call you back. Um. Okay, I'm trying to. I wish I could. Sometimes I wish I could go back to like children going outside, play childhood games. Yeah, Caddy True says, Mother Dora. Let's see. Back to the basics. Right, Mother Dora. I might have spelled it wrong. Dress code is a dress code. If they wanted to dress down, they should do different restaurant. Yeah. Now they did not meet the dress code. Now I'm gonna be real. They didn't meet the dress code. They must have not read because the dress code was much more. Um, the dress code, they didn't meet the dress code. I can tell you that. Even though they didn't point to them that they didn't meet the dress code, they definitely didn't meet the dress code. Yes, I'm familiar with Bedford, says Karen Morton. Is it in New York? Yes. Oh, I never thought about that. This is a new rule. Could be bad. Because says Liza, reservation option they should only insist if the restaurant is crowded. So I'm gonna try to find that restaurant because they clearly stated. But when you read through it, it kind of let them leave some things open, and I could be reading too much into it as well. So give me grace on that because I could be reading too much into it. Bedford 89. I'm thinking Bedford 89 restaurant. Let me see. Oh, it's the Bedford 86. The 80 is called the 86 on Bedford. It is the 86 on Bedford. Okay, y'all can pull that up. It's called the 86 on Bedford. Okay, so let me read what they have here. Reservations. Okay. They have VIP access. This is a very uppity restaurant. It looks like a speakeasy. It's set up like a speakeasy. If y'all anybody ever been to a speakeasy before? I've never heard of that restaurant since the age of mom. Yeah, it's called the 86 off of Bedford in Bedford. It's a steakhouse in West Village. Anybody familiar with that restaurant? 86 on Bedford, West Village. New York, New York. So yeah. So I'm gonna look at the reservations. What I read. So they don't have any tables today. No tables. Select another day. Today for two. Okay. Let's go. And if you ever been to a speakeasy, first of all, you couldn't even find the door. They were looking for the door, and it's hidden. So it's almost like a speakeasy. Um, if it's a speakeasy, it should be pretty casual. But how it was set up, looking into it, trying to find the door. You know how the speakeasies were like hidden a little bit because of prohibition. Chicago has a number of speakeasies. Love going to the speakeasy. It's been fun. I like the speakeasy. Um, the 86 is an intimate West Village steakhouse dedicated to sourcing directly from small independent ranches across the globe. Small independent ranches across the globe. Um, it dates back. Okay, it is like a speakeasy. The 1920 Prohibition era, formerly known as the Chumley, where the culinary term 86 was born. So it is like a speakeasy. Writers like Hemingway and Fitzgerald would gather there. And is a timeless place of New York dining, classic traditional steakhouse. Okay, so let's look at the dress code. Let me find what I read about that. Okay, I spelled it like, yeah, never been to that restaurant too. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to pick out what I read about this restaurant. Let's see. In the dress code. Because they're very clear on what the expectations are. In this dress code. Let me go back. So I mean you can't really you can't miss it, but I'm trying to find it. Hang on, dress code. Okay. Contact, private events, menu, contact. Let's see. Reservations. Okay. Speakeasy in Boston is casually dressed, no Timberlands or sneakers. They probably require. Yeah, it was more business and more fancy. Caddy, it was definitely more fancy than what they had on, because the people that were walking in there weren't dressed in t-shirts. The ladies were really dressed like above casual, just a little above casual, casual. I would say tennis shoes. But this place here, I can tell by how everybody else was walking in, they were underdressed as well. They had a book bag on their back. He had a book bag and he had a t-shirt on. So most definitely underdressed from based on what I had read about the requirements for the dress code. And for some reason, um, on my tablet, I can't see fully what they had on what I read on the phone. Okay, let me see. For some reason, I can't find out. I can't find what they had on. Okay. Okay, here we go. I got dress code and dining guidelines. Here are the dress code and dining. The 86 has a dress code of smart, elegant attire. Okay, smart, elegant. So when you look at smart and elegant, what are you looking for when you hear smart and elegant? When you heard smart and elegant, what do you hear? What do you think? Elegant and smart. Any guest who codes not appear sufficient will well presented may be refused entry. Suit, dress, and heels. That's what the girls had on. That's what all the girls were very dressed and had on heels. That were going into the restaurant. Any guest who does not appear sufficient, well represented, well presented, may be refused entry. Please be aware that any decision regarding permitting entry to the restaurant is entirely at the management discretion. Thank you in advance for your adherence. The 86 is a mature dining space. Guests under 10 years old are not permitted at any time. Okay? All admittance is at the discretion of management, who reserves the right to refuse service to patrons who are intoxicated or inappropriately dressed. The 86 strictly prohibits unauthorized reservation transfers, booking reservations using bots, and the sale of any reservations from unauthorized third parties. They have no. You can't use bot to try to get it. Elegant signifies classy, casual. Yes. So wearing a T-shirt, I don't think he read it because they didn't know that a T-shirt. I don't think you can consider a T-shirt elegant and classy. Okay, so they probably, and I guess trying to be, and the place did say, it suggested that you make reservations. It wasn't uh like you have to have it, but it suggested that you did. They only have with only 10 tables. Our dining room is intention. So they only have 10 tables. So strongly, I think it would be strongly suggested that you make reservations. And they're going to block you if you try to make multiple reservations. Thank you, Mother Dora, for the $5. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Elegant signifies classy and casual. So now, if they had read that, they would have probably known they couldn't go there with a T-shirt on. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So they clearly did not read through the entire. It was at their dress code, and that's the way I'm going to dress. The restaurant sounds exclusive. It is. It shows itself as an exclusive restaurant to the point that they only have 10 tables. It has a speak. It comes from the prohibition period, so limited people in the restaurant. So it's not a big restaurant, but they want you to have that experience as if you are an exclusive guest, that you're special. So yeah, and they want to make sure that your experience for the money that you're going to pay to eat there, you're going to have a great experience. If I'm going to pay someplace like that and go eat and I have to get dressed like that, no, I want to have that experience. Y'all know the first time I went to a steakhouse such like Morton's, I was shocked to see how people dress at Morton Steakhouse. You know, because I'm paying all this money for a steak. I got dressed, okay? And I walked in there and I'm like, okay, we got people with t shirts on, we got people with ball caps on, and I'm paying $68 for a steak. And, you know, like Ruth Chris, I thought people would get dressed to go there, but all these places are now like, hey, come as you are, right? But if I want to go to a place that just says, hey, you have to dress a particular sort of way, classy, elegant, then I expect them to, yeah, that's what they're going to do. Has a lot of hidden gems, secret doors, and small shops. New York has a lot of hidden gems, secret doors, and small shops. Okay, says Liza. I've never been to New York. You can dress. You can't dress. You can't dress like you're going to McDonald's there. No, you can't, Mother Door. Absolutely. Gamma and Angel Mom say, "Hey, Laverne G, welcome in. It's been a minute, lady. Nice to see you. Nice to see you." If that's their dress code, then that's where the restaurant sounds exclusive. Yeah, you got to go with what they got. So yeah, I just googled 86 and it came up. What is the different meaning for 86? What is the other meaning for 86 meaning? That's the name of the restaurant. 86. Yeah, the name of the restaurant is uh the 86 on Bedford. Speak easy in Boston is casually dressed, no Timberlands or sneakers. That probably required business casual, says Caddy. Hey, Angel Mom, says, and Gamma says, hey, Angel Mom, it speaks easy. I should be pretty casual. The speakeasy, that a couple of speakeasy I went to in Chicago, because that's mainly where first time I ever went to a speakeasy was in Chicago, and it was pretty decent. They call it Green Door. I believe this is the one that, what's the gangster name? Al Capone. This is one of the ones that Al Capone favored. I can't know the name if it was another name before, but I think that speakeasy was called the Green Door in Chicago. Let me pull it up. A couple of them there. Off of Ohio. I know it was off of Ohio. Um, let's see. It was pretty fun. You had to go downstairs. They had a hidden area downstairs. Ask Google what the meaning of 86 to that for brunch and for a bro in law birthday set them. He loves a good steak. I type it in. He said, I think it made the difference. It may be a different 86, y'all. um, Let's see. Oh man. Let's see. It's a beautiful place. It's nice. Um, I may have over kind of think it a little bit, but none that I read more. So it's called the 86 on Bradford. Let's see. Speak Easy. I don't know. We got Speakeasy in Charleston. I haven't looked up any speakeasies in Charleston. We got a place called the Prohibition that I went to. Speakeasy in Chicago. Okay, let's go. Okay, they got a lot of them in Chicago, more places. Okay, they got the Gifter, the Gatsby Speakeasy, Brando Speakeasy, Lulu Speakeasy, Lazy Bird, Chicago Magic Lawn. They must have done changed the name of this one then. Where's the one on Ohio? I don't see it. They must have. The Drifter, Club X, the Bordel. I remember. Where's the one on Ohio? The Gatsby, the Brando. That's on River North. Kitty Cosmopolitan. Ohio. I typed in 86. I think that made the difference. I typed in the 86. Oh, you put 86 first, and then you typed in the 86. Okay. Maybe I will look into that for Brolaw's birthday in September. He loves a good steak. Yeah. Check it out, Angel Mom. Let us know about your experience there. Let us know about if you got a chance to go there, definitely let us know, what the experience was like there. Okay. This is probably the one right here, but they got a new name to it. I don't remember a Brando Speakeasy. I don't remember that one. That could have been the old one. I don't know. But yeah, guys. So like I said, changes are coming. I think a lot of times as we move on that a lot of things need to probably get a handle on because a lot of things are getting out of control when it comes to dress codes and our kids out here dressing. Like I said, I'm not talking my daughter. One walk out here with doggone bonnet on her head and thinks it's okay to want to go sit in a restaurant with me with a bonnet. We're not eating dinner. I'm sorry. You're not going to eat with me with a bonnet on your head. No, you're not going out there with a pajama pants on to eat. No, we're not doing that. Sounds like the Speakeasy's dress code is loosely based off the Roaring 20 style. Probably so, Caddy. Like I said, now the one I went to in Chicago wasn't a strict. It did appear to be a strict dress code. Even though we were dressed, it still didn't appear to be like. I still saw people in there with like t-shirts on and stuff. But this particular speakeasy and on the Bedford 86 seems like, hey, they got it nailed down tight. Uh, but again, you know, what's up, Sherry Lewis? My mom was took us to restaurants after church, so we were definitely dress code ready. Yeah, you remember Sunday dinner? Y'all, I know, I don't know, but I'm gonna say it. Sunday church restaurant. I can tell you the one restaurant most people went to after church on Sunday if they didn't if your parent didn't cook at home. I know we had mostly food at home after church on Sunday. My mom cooked Sunday dinner. But if we were going to do something special, there was one restaurant that everybody went to. What was that one restaurant, y'all, that you celebrate graduations after church? Red Lobster. Red Lobster. Before there was a Golden Corral, there was a Red Lobster. Red Lobster was that go-to dinner place after for graduation dinner. After church, if mom didn't cook, we went to Red Lobster. Red Lobster. Chinese mostly what is steak? What is it? We Red Lobster. Before there was Golden Corral, there was Red Lobster. Justice and Chad. Hey, Chris Ashley, how are you? And then we had this place called Quincy's, and then we had another place called and we went here on Friday sometime after work or whatever on Fridays, or Saturday for lunch. There was this other, it was a buffet style restaurant in Charleston that, and what before there was Golden Corrals. You had the Quincy's, you had the Applebee's, you had all these other restaurants, but the go-to was Red Lobsters. We went to buffet. There was a lot of them, but now they are all. Most of them are gone. Most of them are gone now. Most of the restaurants are gone now. Most of the buffets are gone. You got Golden Corral all over the place. You got a few Asian buffet places. I don't go. I don't do buffets. I try to avoid them. I get gross out. We had Morrison. Yes, we had the Morrisons in the mall. We had S&S cafeteria that's still there. I took y'all there when I came home to the S&S cafeteria. But we used to have a Morrison's in the mall. That was another good place to go back in the day when I was young and eating buffet food. Morrison's Cafe, Quincy's, not Applebee's was another one. Um, yeah. What was the other old buffet style restaurant? There was another one, another brand name. Morrison was one. There was another one, y'all. Uh, that was out there. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all remember the other one? There was another big one that was outside of Morrison's. Let's see. No, let that go. I'm afraid this notebook want to try to get me to buy another one bad. I'm not buying another notebook. Name a buffet type restaurant from the olden days. I call them olden days. 12 nostalgic, all you can eat buffet we all loved. Okay, here we go. Here are the 12 buffets. Is it Old Country Buffet still there? Anybody remember Old Country Buffet? The Ponderosa was one. Yes, Sizzlers. Sizzlers was one. We had the Sizzler, the Ponderosa. Oh my God, Sizzlers, the Ponderosa. I'm gonna go through them right now. Old Country Buffet was a good one. We had Ryan's, y'all. I did Ryan's. Ryan's had the best fried fish, especially on Fridays. But Ryan's Buffet, I would probably do Ryan's if Ryan's came back. Remember Hometown Buffet? Hometown? Sizzlers, home of the legendary salad bar? No, I don't go in the corral. They lost me. The Ponderosa Steakhouse. The Bonanza. Y'all remember Bonanza Steakhouse? Now they got something called Sirloin Starcade. I never heard of that. Y'all remember the Bonanza? Then you had the Chuckarama. I don't remember Chuckarama. Sweet Tomatoes. Oh God, there was another one. Shoney's. Shoney's, the big boy Shoney's, y'all. We had Ryan's Old Country Home. Yes, Town and Country Inn. Remember the big boy Shoney's? That was a good place to go. Yes, Remember the big boy and the red? I think he had like a plaid shirt on or something. Remember he had a plaid shirt on. Shawnee's was the place to go, y'all. Man, the Ponderosa, man, the Ponderosa and the Sizzlers, man. But I definitely would now. I would now. I don't know why, but I would consider some of these old buffets if they came back. I think I would consider some of these. Y'all remember when you can go sit in Pizza Hut and eat pizza? Yeah, Olive got. Y'all remember when you could go sit in Pizza Hut? Was those pizza better in Pizza Hut when you can go sit in Pizza Hut and eat? Can you still go sit in a Pizza Hut and eat? And they had like the game tables and Pizza Hut. Those were the best place to go after a game. After going to the game, was the Pizza Hut was the best place. Man, I remember Ryan's Steakhouse. Anybody remember Luby's? I don't remember Luby's. I don't remember Luby's. Pizza Hut buffet. Pizza Hut had the best, but one of the best buffets as well. Let's see. Oh man. Yeah, I miss the old Pizza Hut, man. I miss Pizza Hut. Old Country Buffet, I miss. I don't think that's open anymore. I don't think we have any more Old Country buffets. Those, I think I would see those back in the days when I used to eat buffet, Old Country Buffet, Ryan's, and all that stuff. Cafeteria type food like Morrison's, where they serve you. Now I can probably do the cafeteria type food because they serving you. Like I'd go back to S&S cafeteria because actually they're serving you the food. So I would go back to S&S cafeteria. But yeah, this was fun. Miss those old days, man. What was the Ruby Tuesdays? Anybody remember Ruby Tuesday? Best salad bar in the world at one point in time. I can tell you, Ruby Tuesdays had a great salad bar. We got a Ruby Tuesday still here, but nobody's out in the park. No, I don't see any cars there. So I don't go to Ruby Tuesdays because we do have one here in the area, but they're always empty. I don't see anybody going to Ruby Tuesdays, so I don't go. Or I still go to. You still go to Ruby Tuesdays? We got one here, but I'm kind of hesitant because I don't see anybody there. Now we got an Applebee's, but we got to travel to go there. We got to go all the way to Somerville for Applebee's. We got to go to Somerville for the Applebee's. Um, yeah, but I remember the good old buffet style restaurants. Man, they always had that red glass. Remember that red cup, that red bubbly cup? All our drinks went into them red bubbly cups. Wow. Wow. And you could eat a lot off a doggone $10 and 50 cents got you a lot of food, y'all. No, buffets back then were like seven. I think I remember paying like $7 for a buffet at Ryan's. I had pics of my dad eating Ruby Tuesdays and Ponderosa, which was his favorite. Wow, Gamma. Yeah, we got pics of my dad. My dad loved Golden Corral, of course, y'all know that. Uh, Had those red cups. Yes, everybody had those red cups, and I had to smell them. I like if these things stink. Years ago, I didn't like them. Had an accident in front of Ruby Tuesdays years ago. I didn't like them. Ours closed down. It's not bad. Actually, great food. I haven't been. I know. I just haven't. Mm, I haven't given it a try. I definitely want to go back to an Applebee's. I want to go back to an Applebee's, but I'm not going to travel out there to go just to go to it. But yes. But Buffett back then they cooked food, man. Back then they actually cooked food. It was good. Now you got, it's not the same anymore. The fish and everything was good. They took the time, and like I said, compared to what like I said, Golden Corral to me, it just quantity. The quantity's there, the quality's not. The quantity for me, yeah. If you want to eat a lot of food without any taste or quality, Golden Corral for me is the place. And some people love it. I prefer quality over quantity. Get a lot of food to eat. My dad loved it, and a lot of people love it. My brothers love it. I just can't eat a lot of food. Oh, Cheddar's. TGIF went out of TGIF. Did it go out of business? Finally go out of business? Did TGIF finally go out of business? Now Cheddar's was in Illinois in the suburbs. I remember Cheddar's. I never went, but I know there's a Cheddar's in the suburb. Cheddar shut down. Roach and Fresh and put Cheddar shut down. I honestly love bacon, but cool it now. You can barely smell it cooking. Yes, I remember Cheddar's in the suburbs of Chicago. But TGIF, I don't know if they're still open. TGIF changed a lot. I remember love going to TGIF. Fridays and TGIF, two different places, right? There was a Fridays and then there's a TGIF, right? Is that the same restaurant? Are they the same Fridays and TGIF? And it is Chili's. No, I'm comparing Chili's and Fridays. There's TGIF, and then there's Chili's. Chili's is still in business. Okay, Chili's and because I used to TGIF Fridays, they went down a lot. The service went down where I was living, and the food quality went down. They won at one time, but I don't eat at none of them anymore. Yeah, TGIF went down completely. Their drinks were still good, but the food went down um, altogether. I think Chili's is still hanging in there. I believe that's the one that's still hanging in there. I think the TGIF was closing down when I was about to leave. Fridays rebranded. Okay, Fridays rebranded TGIF. Okay, so they're the same thing. They went down again. Before I left Chicago, they were on their way out. I mean, they were hanging on by a thread, just a thread. But Chili's seemed to be hanging on for a while. Anybody still go to Chili's? Looks like TGIF is still in Chi-Town. Okay. I don't know. I don't see any. I know we got Chili's here. I don't think we have any TGIFs here. Um, I don't think we have any of those here. Y'all remember Quincy's? Anybody remember the biscuits, the yeast rolls, and the salad from Quincy's? Anybody remember Quincy's? They had the best yeast rolls ever. And they had just a tint of honey. I haven't been to Chili's. I have a couple years, but I have one about 15 minutes away. I don't eat out much anymore. Food tastes better from home. Most definitely. Things are different. Things are different now. And right now you can't really eat too much out right now because you can't trust the vegetables anything right now. Charlie's. Old Charlie's rebranded. Y'all remember Old Charlie's is now something else right now. The Old Charlie's here rebrand and has a different name. And the food, because when I came home, of course, my dad wanted Old Charlie's, and I went and got the food. Was just, I remember Old Charlie's before I left here. The food was great. Came back, it was poop. Right, Chris? Food is fresh, and they triple the price, and the workers are late. Says Old Charlie used to have good rolls. Old Charlie is no longer the one here. Is no longer Old Charlie's anymore. And when I came home to try it, like I said, I hadn't eaten there over 20 years, and I came home and it was disgusting. It is disgusting. So learning to cook, like you say, like doing seafood at home and cooking steaks at home, I'm good with that. A lot of the food don't taste the same right now. Um, so yeah. Did y'all have Arthur's Theater, or however you spelled it, fish spot? No, I didn't remember that. Nathan's. I don't remember Nathan's. I don't remember Nathan's. Wow. But I remember Bananas and the Ponderosa. How's everybody think about Old Country Buffet? Everybody still into that? Everybody still into, what is that buffet place called now? Not a buffet place. It's not a buffet. Um, it's the one where you got the country cooking, authors, teachers, fish and chips. I never heard that. What the hell, girl? You had DoorDash. Let me tell you what I when I had after my surgery, Gamma. I had fresh. I ordered once I could start moving around again. Um, I ordered this thing called Fresh. Y'all know I told y'all about it. Man, the servings they sent me, somebody wasn't gonna eat, so I had to cut that order out. Anybody remember Sweet Tomatoes and Soup Station? Sweet Tomatoes, Country Cooking, Fresh Choice. Popeyes had a buffet one time. I didn't know Popeyes and Wendy's had a buffet. Popeyes and Wendy's used to have a buffet. Never knew that. Never knew that. Oh yeah, Author Teachers. I see that. Author Teachers. Rax Roast Beef. Never heard of that. Hot and Now. Never heard of those ones. Never heard of Hot and Now. Henry's Hamburger. Baker Square. I remember Baker Square. Baker Square is still in Chicago. I mean, still in Illinois. Baker Square. I remember passing that in Illinois. Author's Treacher's. Not Teachers. Author's Treacher's Fish and Chip. Never heard of them until today. Druthers. Now you gonna make me go to Piggly Wiggly, girl. You talking about food in the grocery store. And you're gonna make me go to Piggly Wiggly. You're gonna make me go to Piggly Wiggly. Gamma, you spelled it right. They had the best chicken sandwich, although it was a fish spot. We about to starve Gamma. Grow our own. Yep. First restaurant went bad now. Let me see who's Gamma. Oh yeah, Wendy's had a salad bar. I don't remember Wendy's having a salad bar. Well, I haven't been to Old Country Buffet in years. Yeah, Will Lee. We're talking about these old Arthur Treacher's fish and chip was delicious in the 70s. You know where I want to eat to now? What is it called? What's that fish and chip place called? Captain Captain D's. I went to Captain D's. We didn't have a Captain D's in Chicago. Well, I didn't see any. I came back here, tried Captain D's. First time I went back, it was pretty good. Went back to Captain D's. They gave me something. I don't know what I ate that. I bit into this thing. It's supposed to have been a piece of fish. I bit into that meat. and it had a texture of something. I automatically spit it out of my mouth, and ever since then, and it's been a year now, I never went back to Captain D's again. I worked at Captain D's in the 70s. Captain D's, when I first got back here, I went there, and like I said, gave me some old memories. The coleslaw was still the same. The fish and chips was still the same. But went back again, and whatever they served me that day did not taste like the fish they normally serve. And since then, I never went back and probably will never go back. Hey, Carla, it's still good. You know where I can't go to, y'all? And it's right here. And I can't go to churches. I've tried to go to churches so many times. I did find one in Goose Creek that I like. I'm not gonna lie. I found one. I got to go a long way to go to churches. But the churches in this area here, in the Charleston area, I tried to go to the churches. I got around to the menu, and they had this smell. The back door was open, and I smelled what smelled like old, dirty mop sewer water. I couldn't even bring myself to even order. I drove right on by. I pulled around. I was about to go. I was about to do it. I was about to pull the trigger on churches. I was about to go try it. I pulled around. As I was pulling up to the menu, I, I, I smelled what was old, dirty, nasty sewer smart water. I said, if y'all smell this, and y'all don't think it's something wrong, and y'all ain't trying to do nothing about it, I can't eat here. I can't eat here. That Churches on Meeting Street is crappy. I can't bring myself to eat it. I've never tried churches because the chicken look old. Churches used to be the thing back in the day. You gonna have the runs after you eat that greasy behind chicken. If you eat churches, you better be close to a bathroom, because that sucker grease gonna run right through you. But it was some good eating. I just can't bring myself to eat the churches in the Charleston area. I did have it up in Goose Creek, but I can't do it here. I can't do it. I can't do it. It went into the trash, says Mother Dora. I can't do it. Y'all remember the time I went to Checkers and they had the bathroom door open and everything, and I was like, can't eat her. Man, if you're not taking the time to ensure the outside of your establishment is decent, then I know what you're doing outside. If that thing was so stink, y'all, I'm like, there's no way possible as an employee you can't smell this smell. Your back door is open and it smells like a sewer, and it doesn't bother you. I can't eat there. It was Checkers. Y'all remember now I want Checkers so bad, but I can't eat it because I can't go there. Because if you don't care enough to make sure that the bathroom was not, the door was open, it was just horrible. And I'm like, no, can't do it. That grease will coat your stomach, coat your face. Nope, I'm good on that one. I am going to leave to risk. I'm going to Checkers. I'm going to have to take the risk. I'm going to Checkers. I can't, Chris. I want a Checkers so bad. I wanted their chili dog so bad, but I can't do it. I can't pull the trigger on it. So churches and Checkers in the area here, can't do it. Maybe someplace else, but I can't do it here. Gamma, you already know. Next time we are in Atlanta, Chris, don't get started. Find a clean. Let's go. Let's find a clean one. I'm gonna have to travel, y'all. But right now, where I'm at right now, I can't get churches and I can't get Checkers. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Y'all know I quit going to a Dunkin' Donuts because the outside was covered with trash, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm pulling up, and I'm coming. I'm like, you didn't even come up. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Maybe they cleaned the bathroom by now. I got to get it out of my head because it will be our first stop, so you can get that mess out of your system. Oh wow! Did y'all hear what's going on with Linux? Now y'all tell me, give me your opinion. Give me your opinion, because I know y'all like toast on Linux in Atlanta. Okay, Let's talk about it. Toast on Linux on Atlanta. And let's see how y'all feel. I bought churches one time in Boston, nothing but it's greasy. It's good. Now back in the day, we know that grease, but it was good. We knew once you put that, it was some good chicken now back in the day. I hadn't had it in years. I wanted to give it a try, but I cannot find. Like I said, the last time I had it was maybe more than a year, maybe more than a year ago, and it was Goose Creek. Thank you, New York Leo, for the sunshine. But let me ask y'all this question. Okay, um, I knew you guys, Gamma. I knew y'all went to the Toast on Linux. The Toast on Linux. All right. They having a problem. People are talking about boycotting them because the lady, the manager, Toast on Linux is black on, right? They took a picture with a Republican candidate, governor. I think he's a gubernatorial candidate for Georgia, and he's a fan of Trump. Thank you, New York Leo, for the gold coin. He's a fan of Trump, uh, and he's a Republican. The manager of the restaurant took a picture with him. People are indifferent. They feel that she shouldn't have done that because he has certain views. So they're talking about boycotting the restaurant. Now, what he has done or said, I do not follow the politics up there in Georgia like that, but apparently they're calling for a boycott. Thank you for the gold coin, New York Leo. Thank you. What that got to do with their food? Just kidding. Hell no. That certain support don't need. There's certain support they don't need. So yeah. Now she said I don't. That doesn't mean now. What one response that came from the management is that my vote. That don't mean because I took a picture they got my vote. They came to the restaurant. They wanted a picture. That doesn't mean I vote in that direction. Should they be held accountable for taking a picture of somebody, even though they may have different views? She doesn't support the person came to take a picture, but she's not. She said that doesn't mean how she votes. Should that be taken into consideration that, okay, I took a picture with you. You came to my restaurant. I took a picture with you. What if I didn't know how you vote? Okay? What if there are people in my restaurant that like my food that are Republicans, but they like my food? But they're coming, they're spending their money, but they have different views. How do you handle that case? How do you handle that situation? Because you may have people, you may go in the restaurants and you don't know how the managers. There are a lot of restaurants that we don't know how the owners vote. But we may go sit in the restaurant. How do you handle that? How do you handle it's their brand, so what do you displays you? Okay. So I just don't know. I just don't know how to I don't know how to look at that. I mean, because if somebody walked in the restaurant and says, "Hey, can I take a picture with you?" Was it I personally like their food, so I respect anybody's political choice. I just don't see how if she's. I don't know if some because if that's the case, how many restaurants are we going to go in and ask people who you support? I just don't know. Was that where all that got crab claw gamma? Yeah, that's where y'all had that good behind food at. That I want to go to Toast as well. Okay, now that's probably true too. So most people boycott and probably don't even vote. Most people boycott. Well, I guess you might be right on that too. I have family and friends who vote differently. It doesn't change our relationship. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying because I'm pretty sure this is a very successful restaurant. They have two restaurants, and they're not only serving people political. I mean, you know, they're to be successful in Chicago. I mean, in Atlanta, and have restaurants on pretty nice areas. You have to be able to have a restaurant that serve everybody, even though your views might be different. If someone if someone supports our current president, I'm looking at your sideways and questioning. But she never said she supported the president. She didn't support. She didn't even say she supported them. She just took a picture. She never declared how she votes. She never until now. She said that don't mean. She said because I took a picture doesn't indicate that's my vote. She didn't say how she votes. She just said, because I took a picture doesn't state how I vote. Now, perception, optics is one thing. But I think I see your badge, New York Leo. I see your badge. If I like a place, I'm going, period. I'm not political, says New York Leo. Someone supported our current president. And she never said who she supported. She never made a declaration. She just took a picture with somebody that happened to be a Republican gubernatorial candidate that support Trump. Well, how many Trump supporters probably sitting in her restaurant eating, and they don't care if and she's black? Did everybody assume that she's a? Did everybody assuming that she's a Democrat? What if she never says how she voted? Are we going because if people are going because they assume because I mean YouTube is messing up everybody's membership color for if it's yours or not. If it's yours on your phone, if for if you're on your phone, okay. It was good for her to clarify that she needed to confirm or deny support. Yeah, she never. She didn't. She just stated didn't mean my vote. She didn't have. She didn't clarify. She didn't have to. I don't think she's required to come and say, well, this is how I vote. She said it didn't mean. It didn't say that's how I vote. And I don't think it should be required. Okay? Because if that's the case, I need to have a sign on my door saying that no Republicans or no Democrats, if you vote this way, you can't come in. We got to be careful how we, you know, just like I promised, I wanted to go to Paula Dean's restaurant, but now Paula Dean restaurant, is a little different. I think Paula said something or did something different. I can't remember what happened, but it's certain things that, I think, what did Paula do? Paula said something or did something that ruined her restaurant. She came back. She's back. But she did something or said something. I wasn't sure what it was. I can't remember, so don't. But something she did have a complete racial undertone to it. So I can't remember. Just did my comment go through on your end? I see it on my phone, but not my TV. Let me see. Go back. Yes, Chris, my YouTube been acting real crazy lately, even in other sectors. It was good for her to clarify that she neither confirmed or denied support. I'm looking for Willett Lee's comment. Let's go in period. I'm not political, says New York. I'm looking for what? No, Chris, that was Kirk. And Rashida's place called Frost. Oh, y'all went to Frost. Oh, how was it, Gamma? How was Frost? There's so much hatred for one man. We don't have no heaven or hell to put no one in. I got you now, Willett Lee. And a lot of people do not like him. How close to hate? There's some people that do hate him. But, that's where we are in this world. But I don't think, for me personally, I would want to go to Toast on Linux. I'm going to go to Toast on Linux because I want to taste that food. Ever since Gamma went to Toast on Linux, I want to go to Toast on Linux because I saw that food, and then my niece is up there and she's going to go, and she looked at the menu yesterday and she says, I'm going to Toast on Linux. Like I am not eating your racist macaroni and cheese, ma'am, says Chris. She made some comments that I think was offensive. I can't remember what it was, but it did ruin her career on TV for a while. So, Doesn't so yeah, she got hit hard with that one. But I'm going to toast on Linux because I'm just like I don't know. I'm not going to ask her which way she's voting because I mean she's a businesswoman. People are going to come in her restaurant. Now, if somebody is totally disrespectful, totally just out the chain, you have a right to decline or decide who's going to come in your restaurant. But you have to be mindful that you got a business. It's like even this YouTube page, how things go. Sometimes you can cut off a whole nose despite the face. It was good, Justice, and Toast on Linux was good too. And Southern Queen, all the restaurants were good. Yeah, I got to get back to. I'm looking, y'all, to fly into Atlanta. Um, I was looking for a plane ticket because I'm not driving 6 hours, 5 hours. So I found a good plane ticket because I was looking at flying American. American does not fly straight into Atlanta. I would have to go to DC and Charlotte. Now, no, now I can. Atlanta's right across the border, right? I would have to fly into Charlotte, change flight, I believe, in Charlotte and DC, get a long layover in Charlotte. So this is American United want a flight that's want a flight for like $800 first class. No, it's $1,000 first class. Uh, $800 premium to fly into Atlanta. I live in South Carolina. If I'm going to fly premium, I'm paying $800. Not even first. Premium is right under first. 1,000 for first. No. Mm-mm. And so I'm gonna. I found some good tickets on Delta, so I'm gonna fly in on Delta. Make sure you hit those restaurants where you go. Just I'm definitely going to go and to visit Atlanta. I hadn't been to Atlanta in years. That's where I was in Myrtle Beach. I had to think long hard standing in front of it. Says Chris. Loving me, Tracy Anderson. Welcome in, lady. Thanks for that 100. How are ya? Thank you for the star, Tracy. Nice to see you. Hello, Justice in chat. You coming back down my timeline again. I went to Paula's restaurant in Myrtle Beach. I must admit it was good and loved the tea. But after that, heard she wasn't cool with us. I never went back. Oh, well, I'll call her. It was good, Justice. Gotta try it. I threw my Paula roasting pan away, says Caddy. Oh my good God. She said threw the whole thing away. Caribbean, Chris, was what the Caribbean restaurant we went? But definitely gonna try toast. She told me that the underground is gone. I'm like, oh my God, the underground is no longer there. I don't know what's there now, but she said the underground mall is gone. There's something there, but it's not the mall anymore. They went to Coca-Cola Factory. She said she really enjoyed the Coca-Cola Factory. They got some new things going on there. It was, my daughter was about 2 years old. It's been 20 years, 20 or more years since I've been in Atlanta. So no, wait a minute, hold up. I lied. Wait a minute. I did go to Atlanta. I don't want to lie. Oh, God, dog on it. It has been some years. Oh, good God. Yeah, it's been some years since I've been in Atlanta. Um, yes, I can remember. So good vibe was everything, too. Love me, Tracy Anderson. It's at Carla 6'3". Shotties. Y'all went to some rest. Y'all went to Shot. I think y'all went to the vegan lady, too. Slutty Vegan. Y'all, I know y'all went to Slutty Vegan. I think at least Gamma, I know you went to Slutty Vegan because I was like, all these restaurants they're eating at Atlanta. So definitely gotta go into Atlanta and try some of that good stuff. I love Jamaican, Haitian, and Spanish food. I know that. I think. Did y'all go to a Haitian restaurant in Atlanta? Because I think Sorette, this was with you all, and she was able to speak the language, right? Haiti, French, Haiti. I don't know what it was, but I know Soretness was ordering. Y'all see how much I remember this stuff here? I knew y'all ordered. Y'all was at a Haitian restaurant, right? Was that in Atlanta? Yes, Haitian. It was so good. I cannot recall the name of the restaurant. Yeah, I knew y'all went to a Haitian restaurant. You guys were doing pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, I remember y'all saying that. I remember because I believe Haitian is French, right? They speak French. Is it French? I believe it's French. Is it a combination of French or something, or is it straight French? I don't know what the Haitian language. I know it's something with French in it, but part French or whatever. So I don't want to insult anything, but I thought it was just maybe French or something mixed with French. Um, yeah. So there's a lot of good restaurants. I'm gonna call my niece and get her opinion on toast on Linux, because when I came down here, I'm like, oh, we got a toast here. We got a toast here. I was so excited, and then I realized, wait a minute. This is toast all day. That's toast on the Linux. So when I walked in there and saw the menu, I'm like, this is not the menu. Creole. Creole, says Dre Queen. Creole. Okay. Now I know that's Louisiana. They got the Creole. Louisiana got the Creole as well, which is French. And what else? Now I know Creole is French as well in Louisiana. Creole is a broken French. That's what it is. Okay, okay. I know that we hear most of those Creole in Louisiana. You can hear it. Okay, Drake Queen, thank you. Welcome in. Um, so when I went to Toast here, I'm thinking it was the same place, y'all. I was so excited to see a Toast here. I ran up in there and thought I could find it. Man, I looked at that menu. I said, "This not the food they had. What happened?" Then I realized it was a Toast on Linux, and not just Toast. So I got the shock of my day, but the food wasn't too bad there. Um, but I'm almost betting it's not as good as the food in Atlanta. Um, yep. Creole is broken French. Well, guys, this was fun, y'all. We went through the gamut again, talking about everything. Y'all already was talking about Yaz ready was talking that talk. Yeah, Yaz, you already you calling Surrett ready. Girl, you threw me off right there. Ready was talking that talk. Yeah, I heard her. I was like, oh wow, okay. Yeah. We don't have any Haitian restaurants here. We do have Ethiopian. I believe we have Ethiopian and African here. Well, same thing, right? Ethiopia. We do have an Ethiopian restaurant here, but not a yeah. We do have an Ethiopian restaurant here, but we don't have an Haitian. We don't have Puerto Rican or Haitian food here. At least the only way I looked up, the lady is cooking. This lady is cooking Puerto Rican food at her house, and I'm just not doing the Facebook house food, because I did look up where can I find Puerto Rican food, and somebody on Facebook is cooking it. And we went to Mr. Make. It's a happened restaurant. What is that? A happens restaurant. What is that, Mr. Make? Now these pop-up restaurants that are appearing on these pop-up restaurants that are happening on in Atlanta seems to be making a big play as well. I've been watching YouTube, and these people that are popping up on side of the road or in parking lots with their fried with their stations and stuff are making a big deal, and I gotta look him up. Oh my God, yes, my man, Miss Make, it's happening. I gotta look up because they got a lot of these. Make it happen, Mister Make it happen. I gotta look it up again because I see a lot of these little pop-ups on YouTube in Atlanta that are happening. The oyster one, the chick man, they got these little pop-up restaurants that look like they're killing it. And the food reviews are going crazy. I was so shocked I had to that we were meeting a famous chef, Mr. Make It Happen. Um, Janice says Haitian speaks Creole. Part was it broken English and French. Married to a Haitian. I hear the Charleston in your voice. My niece lives in Somerville. Okay, Janice. Yes, that's the Charleston. That's the Geechee Gullah Geechee, broken English, whatever that thick tongue. Some people think it sounds Jamaican. Some people it's just like that. Yep, right. Because that was fun. So good. I gotta look him up, Mr. Make It Happen. I gotta check him out. So Haitian is French Creole. Okay. Wow. You ever had poutine? Poutine. That's gravy and French fries. I'm originally from Darlington, South Carolina. Okay. All right, Janice. Darlington. Yeah, you know what? I haven't had poutine. I know it's gravy and French fries. That's a Canadian dish. Come on up out of here, Liza Cooper. Poutine. That's French fries and gravy, right? I was following again this guy called Peaks 100. He went to Canada where poutine is supposedly, yeah, melted curd. He had melted curd. You're right. Poutine is melted curd with gravy on fries. So Peaks 100, the food review I follow, young man, went to Canada, and they have it in all of. They have it in fact. You can get poutine in Burger King, any place, right? And I like gravy, fries, and curds. I like curds, right? Cheese curds. I believe it's cheese curds, right? And he didn't like it. He didn't like it. He said you can get it anywhere, any fast food restaurant. Like they have Whoppers and poutine. Okay, so he tried it different places. I don't think he liked it. I would like to give it a try. Is it a particular type of gravy, Liza? Is it a particular? I would try it. I still would want to try it, but I don't know anybody here that serves it. Is it here anywhere in South Carolina? Where could I find poutine? Let me see. I know we got French restaurants here because I know poutine sounds like it's what, French, or is it English? Is poutine French? Why do I think poutine might be either English or a French dish? What is it? Liza, school me on that. What is poutine? That's English or French? I'm not sure which one. I was looking at the reservations for 86. I would like to go for the experience. September dates are not open yet. Wow. Most definitely, when you go, most definitely let us know so we will be on the lookout for it. I want to see what the hype's about. Because he said this thing is also another restaurant over in that area. Angel Mom, if you want to check it out, it's a sandwich shop in that area. Um, and they're supposed to have what went viral. I'll get the name of the sandwich shop. Is right on the same street as 86. And they supposed to have the best, not veal, what is it? What is the Italian sandwich with the breaded chicken? It's French. Okay. What is the Italian cutlet? Parmesan. They're supposed to have the best chicken parmesan that went viral. And they didn't go to 86 again, so they went to the restaurant right down the street. And it looks like the wait for that particular restaurant was like an hour. It looks like they've been sitting in line for a long time. And they're supposed to have the best, one of the best chicken parm in the area. So there's a restaurant, I forgot what it's called, right on the same street called Sisters or something. Just as I'm not in green, but I'm a member. Yes, they have. YouTube is messing up. Angel Mom, 22 months. You're still a member. I can see your badge. This is the YouTube thing. This is a YouTube thing, Angel Mom. You're in white. Those that are members are in white, and those that are not members are in gray. It's YouTube. I have nothing to do with it. Yeah, they have one of the best chicken parms. Let me see if we have poutine here. Y'all know I have to go to my trusty tablet to find out if we have poutine here. I was looking at the reservation for 86. I'd like to go. On my phone, no color, but TV on computer, it will be lit. Okay. It's beef and chicken together for gravy. Okay, for the gravy. He said it was salty. Now, when he kept trying, he kept saying it was salty. So I don't know if he didn't go to the right places and stuff, but let me see if we got poutine here. Poutine near me. Okay. They saying Publix got poutine. They say Publix got poutine. The best poutine in Charleston. Let's see who got the best poutine in Charleston. Okay, the Darling Oyster Bar is supposed to be a great oyster bar. Never been there yet. So it's only one place that I'm seeing that got poutine in Charleston. Other than they're saying that it's Publix, the Darling Oyster Bar. That's the only place I'm seeing it. Let me check it out. The Darling Oyster Bar is the only place that I've seen poutine. Let's see. And I wanted to go there anyway. I don't see the menu. When you come to Atlanta, just try Capitol Grill, the one by Links. Also, Papados. Okay, I've been to Papados. I've been to Papados several times. That's the nearest one from South Carolina. It's the Papados in Georgia. Um, and I like Papados. I like their gumbo. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. So I like Papados. Um, Capitol Grill has really good lobster. What is that? Lobster main and cheese. What is that? Lipster. What is that? Yes, you have to go on to the right place. They have to specialize in poutine. I've had some nasty poutine. Yeah, he said it was a couple places he went. He said it was salty. He didn't like the one at Burger King either. Um, Capitol Grill. Heard of Capitol Grill? Pascal still open. Justice, Janice, if you're in Atlanta, is Pascal still open? Okay. Let's see. I ain't eating no Publix poutine, say Chris Ashley. Yo, I went. Now, I've never had I'm throwing this sucker out. I bought some she crab soup in a container. I can't eat it, y'all. I tried it. I cannot eat liquid crab. I will not. I first time ever trying she crab soup. Um, and I went to, and I got it from Harris Teeter. Why did I buy it? Because I've had the gumbo before and wasn't bad. So I bought the she crab soup. I'm like, oh my god, this is nasty. This is liquid crab. I didn't like the texture. It was creamy, but yet the texture was just sort of off. It's like drinking or trying to eat liquid crab. Not a thing for me. She crab soup, unless I have it somewhere else and somebody can make it. I bought a container of it. It's going in the trash. Historic black restaurant. Ain't no crab in their she crab soup. Ain't no crab in it, but it's soup. But I'm not eating no soup. I'm thinking. I don't know why I'm thinking I'm gonna have bits of crab in it. I've never had it before. Yeah, they had. It's not liquid. It's not. It's liquid crab. Damn it. It tastes like liquid crab. It's soup and it's crab. It's liquid crab. And I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. I'm throwing it out. I, I guess you get what you pay for $5, right? Not to my knowledge. The food became awful, and the last one was not in a good area. You and lump crab in it. No lump crab in it. It was no. It was Just a soup. I didn't taste no pieces of crab. It was just a soup. And I'm like, liquid crab. Liquid crab. It had no lumps in it. It was just a smooth soup, creamy soup. And I'm like, this is like drinking crab. I don't like it. Okay, yes, I went there way back in the day. Janice, gunshot holes in the building, in the curtains. What? Yeah, liquid crab says, that's what it tastes like, liquid crab. I'm like, nah. um, I never tried poutine at Burger King. Yuck. He had it at Burger King. Mr. Make It Happen, make a good she crab soup. I then, like I said, I went to the supermarket and got it. And I didn't like it. It tastes like liquid crab. I'm like, and you know I'm a crab eater, and it just didn't go down right. Maybe I'll have a better experience at a restaurant. But but they had some good grits. That's what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna have to make some grits. I have to make some grits. So yeah, I don't eat soup from nowhere but home, says Mother Dora. Yeah, I bought the soup from Paris Teeter. She crab soup, and not my thing. Not my thing. Mm-mm, mm-mm, not my thing. Y'all guess who responded to one of my posts? Y'all ever heard of Yoki Stirrup? Anybody ever follow Yoki Stirrup? She's the gun lady with the big butt and foodie. Y'all ever follow her? Yoki Stirrup. She said I told her she needs to come to Charleston and go to Ravenel Seafood. She responded, says yes. She said that sounds like a good idea. I'll try it when I get back. So I'm like, oh snap! Look at Yoki Pigs responded. If you ever follow Yorkie, it's Burger King soul crab soup. Would you eat it? Nope. Never heard of Yoki. Let me see. Her name is Yorkie, and she's the big gun enthusiast. She's the one that she's a big time. Well, I wouldn't say big time, but she's a very well known. Well, maybe y'all don't know her. I've been following her. She hunts hogs and stuff. She's a gun enthusiast. She shoots all type of weapons. She's really good, and she does really good food reviews. And then I had Nitty Gritty. Somebody called Nitty Gritty. Toxic relationships. They started following me as well on YouTube, on Facebook. I would not eat sea crab. I wouldn't eat crab soup. I didn't even like crab rice. Okay, I didn't even like the crab rice. I, you know, I like crab cakes. I can make crab balls. I can eat garlic crabs. But she crab soup right now is a nil. Crab rice, a nil. Not a fan of the crab rice here. Not a fan of crab soup. So I found two places I don't like crab. Crab soup and crab rice. Don't like it. Maybe it's the preparer. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the people that prepare it. Maybe I have a different experience somewhere else. Just when I travel, I try to eat different things. No, not the same thing I eat here in Atlanta. I know, Janice. I've tried different places. When I was, I've exposed myself, my taste buds, it's different things. German food, octopus. I've exposed myself to different foods, but if it's not good, not good. um, what else we had? Trying to think. Trying to think where else I'm going to do. Yeah, but I can't wait to get to Atlanta to try different. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been in Atlanta. I've been checking the food scene out, checking different content creators going out to Atlanta. They got an oyster there. Now I'm not gonna pay $200 for an oyster. I know. I saw who all went to Atlanta to get the oyster. Peaks 100 went. There's a guy that has $200 oyster, this big ass oyster for $200. Not gonna spend $200 on an oyster. I know LA went, Latrice went and got the oyster. Peaks 100 went and got the oyster. Shaniki from Chicago went and got the oyster. I believe LA Tribe may have went and got the oyster. So these are all kind of like these foodies that I follow. And they paid $200 for the stuffed oyster. Now this oyster comes covered with everything. I mean, does it look like I can't pay $200 for it? Even though it got crab on it, it got lobster, they got it. It's just packed with a lot of food. It's huge. But is it $200? Not for me. I saw LA Try guy review of that oyster. Yeah, LA Try, love him. He did the oyster. Peaks 100. Y'all go follow Peaks. Peaks 100, he's really good as well. He's a young kid. He's married. He got couple kids. Got 3 kids. He's funny. He's young. And he's been out here a while. He came through during the pandemic as well. LA Try is really good. It's definitely Shaniki. She's out of Chicago. She's really good as well. Yorkie Stirrup. If y'all get a chance to try, follow Yorkie. Let me see if I can find her in here. Let me see if I can find her. I can't. I've got to be careful, but y'all follow her if y'all want to. Yorkie. Let me see if I can find her name. That thing looked nasty, and that lady who made it looked like she smelled like cigarettes. Oh my god! Dang, Chris. Oh, Chris, the lady smelled like cigarettes. No, no, not her. You mean the one that making the big oysters, Chris? I Now the LA Tribe did go to somebody that went to somebody's house, got the food, and the lady brought the food out smelling and smoking a blunt. And he tried it, but he wasn't happy. He was kind of like hesitant. She came out there smoking a blunt, y'all. He went to a Facebook foodie, he went to a house that was recommended on Facebook Market, and the lady brought the food out there and was smoking a blunt at the same time. I'm like, you just ruined your business. There ain't not much oyster in the world. I paid 200. Yeah, one oyster, y'all. One oyster, $200. But it's covered and it has everything on it. It's just like, let's see. Come on out of here, y'all. Come on out. Come on. Let me see if I can find her. YouTube. Let's see if I can find her. I'm gonna give y'all the spelling of her name. Let's see. Where is she? Peaks 100. What's up, Brandy Wine? I see you here in my thing. I see Iconic. Uploaded something. Y'all check out Iconic, y'all. She has a channel as well. Let me see if I can pull up Yorkie. Okay, YOKI is her first name. YOKI. Let me see. STURRU. Yorkie Stirrup. YOKI. Spelling of her last name is STURRUP. Y'all pull her up right quick and tell me what y'all think. Go check her out right quick and come back. YOKISTURRUP. $200, no way. Smoking, no way. I would want to see the inside of the house. No, this lady. Now the $200 oysters on a truck. The lady smoking on her house was on Facebook for another review, but the oysters on a truck. The oysters at a food truck. The $200 oysters on a food truck. The lady smoking at her house was a Facebook. Was a different review. Y'all go look up Yorkie right quick and come back and tell me what y'all think. YOKISTURRUP. Real quick, come back. Pull her up real quick and come back. No, that's not why I follow her. That is not the reason I follow her. She's a good that is not the reason I follow her. I follow her because she's a good content creator and she does good food reviews. That is not. Look at her food reviews. Her food reviews are awesome, and her gun reviews are awesome. I understand, but I don't do food trucks. Yeah, I have a hard time with food trucks too, Janice. I have a hard time with food trucks. I have a hard time with food trucks. She was in Charleston like last month sometime, and she did a lot of food reviews in the restaurants here in Charleston. But she's good with. She does a lot of good food reviews. But Chris, nope, nope, nope. Matter of fact, she did the $200 oyster too, I believe. But she travels around the. You think you seen? Okay, yep, yep. Follow her strictly for her food reviews and her gun. She's a gun enthusiast. Everything else, I don't know what you're talking about, Chris. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't pay. I have not paid attention to anything else but her food reviews and her guns. That's it. Why are you laughing, Chris? I'm about to get off of this doggone this app because Chris about to be silly. Check out her food reviews. That's what I'm talking about. Her food reviews, Chris. I don't know what nothing else but you talking about. I don't pay attention but to the food. Let me go see what Chris talking about. Cause see, I didn't even notice that, Chris. Now that you brought it to my attention, let me go see what Chris and Gamma laughing about. Cause I just pay attention to the food. What y'all laughing about? Let me go check. Cause I don't understand why y'all laughing so hard. Pull up this lady right quick. Let me pull up this lady right quick. Cause y'all laughing at something that I don't even know what y'all laughing about. So let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I gotta go take my puppy out to eat. Let me see. I'm looking at life with Tashana came up on my feed. Y'all, her hair is growing back in, and it's that baby hair that my sister had. Life with Triana is on live, and she's brushing her hair. Her hair is growing back in. And though Kobe, shut up, Kobe. Cause see, let me see Yoki stir up. Let me see. No, there's nothing there that would get my attention other than her food and her guns. There's nothing else there that would get my attention. Nope. Don't see nothing there. There's nothing to look at. Nope. Nope. You've been walking across the street. There's nothing to look at. Let me turn you off. People. Nope. Mm-mm. Didn't notice anything about the food and the guns. That's it. Leave it just like that. Food and guns. Didn't see nothing else. I don't know what y'all saw, but I didn't see anything else. I am a fan of her guns and her food. That's it. Kobe, stop be quiet, because they're assuming that you're telling on me, and that's not true. Chris, I say Tashana, yeah, y'all, she, following her as well. I think she's doing great, and her hair's growing back in. She got that baby hair. I remember my sister hair started to grow back in as well, and it's that baby soft fine hair. And so she's brushing. I'm glad to see she's doing well. Life with Triana. Uh, yep, Chris, I'm up out of here, y'all. It's going to 3 hours. Y'all make sure y'all follow Yoki Store Up. She's good food content. She is a great food reviewer. That ain't the first thing I noticed. Sit out straight. Yes, it's going back in pretty. Yes, it is. That is the first thing I noticed. Sit out straight says. Yeah, time to go. Yep, time for me to go. Yep. See how you? Yep. I'm straight too, and that ain't the first thing I noticed as well, Caddy. Let me get up here, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of the day. I'll come back if possible. I enjoy. Time to go. Gotta go walk Kobe. And y'all have a great day. Thank y'all for the engagement. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for the support. I'm gone, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all. I'm up out of here.